right, Big Q Energy. How
Yep.
you feeling?
Good. So as you can see, I have what was once a hamstring sleeve, but is now a shin sleeve. After hurdle 1, it like slid down.
That's what happened when you run too fast.
Brian run too fast. But no, so we got back from Oslo, and that first practice back, tweaked up my hamstring. So we've been kind of just adjusting. I took a week off of hurdling coming into this, so that race, I don't like running the rounds, but I do because it's like a practice rep, ease back into it, flow. And I wish the time was a little bit faster, but the goal is just be relaxed, don't kill yourself round 1. So I'm really happy with it. I'll see what Coach Holloway says, but yeah, all in all, solid first day.
How's that kind of been? This is your first championship working under Coach Holloway, and just sort of this whole year, it's been a lot of transition. For some people, they might be wondering, it's like, oh, Trevor doesn't look like last year's Trevor. So, like, these changes leading up to here, I mean, how have things been going?
They've been going well. So for people that don't know, the typical advice a college athlete gets from pros is change as little as possible when you turn pro. I moved to a state I had never set foot in before moving to Florida. I got married, and I got a brand new coaching staff and joined a pro training group. So pretty much anything you could change, we changed, but it's worth it. I mean, practice has been going great. Coach Holloway's as advertised. It's just been a struggle in competition, getting it to flow, and him and I are really starting to mesh well, finding that balance between doing what he wants to do, but still being myself. It's really hitting a good stride with that, literally and figuratively.
How have you managed that, like that big transition for yourself? You know, keeping potential pressure outside, you know, keeping it away, but keeping yourself focused.
It's been difficult, and I mean, just because it's a whole different expectations. Like Grant was telling me one day, he's like, "You only have to be ready for 3 races: USA's, Worlds, Diamond League final." And I'm not really used to that, so it's different for me because I'm going to these Diamond Leagues like I want to win, I want to run fast, I want to get that contract. Which, side note, they said I was represented by Adidas. I don't know if I got a deal, and Paul didn't tell me, so I'm gonna have to check on that.
I see a check mark. I see a check mark.
That's also kind of awkward, but no, it's just been different. And I know I've talked to other athletes that have switched coaches, and the first year it's kind of like that. Practices go really well, but the meets kind of take a little more time. I don't know why it is. It's just a real thing. And to touch base on what you said about not necessarily looking like myself, that's something Coach Holloway's been talking to me a lot about, because last time people saw me was USA's go 47.4, Worlds go 47.3, but people forget, coming into USA's last year, my PB and season's best was 48.8. This year my season best is 48.2. So in reality, we're over a half second ahead of where we were. It's just different though, because normally me running 48.8 versus D2 kids versus 48.2 against Carson, Varholm, and Rye, it's like, oh, this guy's kind of trash right now. It's just a different perspective. And that's what I'm trying to keep in mind too, is competition's different, everything's different, and just kind of giving myself some grace. Like you could ask Coach Holloway, he says I put way too much pressure on myself, which is true.
Well,
and we're working on it.
You also have a new threat this year in CJ Allen.
I mean, shout out to CJ. He's been working his butt off. I knew he was going to be a problem coming into this year. He went 48.10 last year and ran a long season. He's a monster, dude. All respect to CJ, that's my guy. Happy for him. But at the end of the day, these next 2 days, he's my guy. But the second we step underneath that stadium, it's game on. We're fighting.
All right, so you win a bronze medal at last year's World Championships.
Yep.
Most people would expect, all right, that means a contract's on the way for him. And, like, that hasn't happened. We're almost a year later.
Yep.
For you, did that kind of, with all these changes, are you working another job, like, on the side? Like, how are you supporting this? Or did you go into this year knowing, okay, I might have to be unsponsored again?
So I didn't go into this year thinking I'd be unsponsored. Once we hit, like, late May and the collegiate season was wrapping up, I was kind of like, oh, shit, like, I'm going to have to make another team before we can get a deal done. Because I know that, like, that's how it goes. As terms of supporting me and my wife and our little pup, I did well enough last year with, getting second to Indoor Worlds, third to Outdoor Worlds, USATF Foundation grant. Shout out to them. They're incredible. They do so much. They're doing God's work for us athletes. I can't overstate how much they do for us. And just things of that nature, TPP grant, team bonuses, stuff like that. We've been doing well enough to where we can get through this season. Now, let's say we get to like October and I still don't have anything, then I'll I'll have to find something, whether it's like personal training, something on the side, put this master's degree to work a little bit. But I'm just trying not to think about that because that's how I started the season. And I really struggled at the beginning of the season because every time I step to the line, I'm like, let's get a contract. Let's get a contract. You can't think like that, is what I've learned so far. You just got to go out, run to win, and then everything else will take care of itself. I got a fantastic agent with Paul Doyle. I know he's working his butt off to get me something, so I got to work my butt off to make it easier for him.
Last question, I guess, like last year you were talking to a lot of hurdles. Who are you talking? Which hurdle are you talking to this year? What are you saying?
You said what?
You were talking to a lot of hurdles last year.
Oh, yeah.
Which hurdles are you talking to this year?
So I'm more so talking to myself now.
Okay.
So when I get about halfway from the hurdle, I just think run through it. Because I have a bad habit of wanting to like check up a little bit and like brace for the hurdle. Coach Holloway screamed at me about that more times than I can count. So I'm mainly just talking to myself this year. But if you watch the LA race, the hurdles were talking to me a little bit. Had to kick them down, so just let them, remind them who's boss around here.
Real quick, what is the YEP? The YEP
The YEP patch is from our old head coach, Judd Logan, 4-time Olympian, passed away last year. We got a purple patch that says Judd with his name, and then YEP was his favorite phase. Anytime you ran well, hit a big mark in the weight room, anything was just, you just hear from across the room, YEP! Anybody that goes to Ashland University, you could ask Katie. Kibway Johnson's here with USA, a throws coach for the world team. You could ask anybody about the phrase YEP. They'll get a smile on their face. They'll be able to tell you exactly all about it.
Appreciate it, Trevor.
Yep.